Okay, as stated, we will not be in executive session this evening for these personnel discussions because all three individuals had opted for public hearings. With that being said, I'd like to defer to the town attorney to go ahead and caution the public on what is and what is not allowed and what takes place during such.
Yeah, thank you, Council President. So it's not a public hearing. The discussion is going to be amongst the council. The employees that are going to be discussed were provided notice that the council was going to be discussing them and that action may be taken tonight that could potentially affect their job. And that could mean anything. It could mean, from the best to the worst. The employees had the right to keep it in executive session, which is closed session, so they would have been privy to that closed session. They would have been allowed to come in and hear the discussion amongst the council without it being out for public dissemination. All three opted to have that discussion be held in open session. So the council is going to conduct itself up here behind the dais, discussing the issues that they feel are important. It's not a time for the public to engage the council. You're just looking through the window, so to speak, at the council as they have the discussion amongst themselves.
Excellent. Moving forward, the first personnel discussion would be the superintendent of recreation position.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be for Kelly Poshidi, who is the current superintendent of recreation. As of right now, we currently have no application or resume on file, and to date, Ms. Sheedy hasn't taken the required civil service exam outlined in the job description. I believe she's doing a fine job, but unfortunately she does not meet the requirements. I motion to reduce the salary to the minimum in the position's range of $50,000, which was set in the 2017 salary ordinance.
Are you making that motion?
I am making that motion.
So there's a motion to reduce the recreation director's salary to $50,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion amongst the council?
Is there discussion?
And what job description do we refer to in terms of the requirements listing that civil service exam?
Sure, it's the New Jersey Civil Service Commission Superintendent of Recreation, job description 03834, Councilman.
Has that test been offered since Ms. Sheedy has been employed?
Sir, I wish I had that answer for you. I have tried to contact the mayor and Superintendent Sheedy multiple times, and I have gotten nothing in return. As a matter of fact, I was threatened by the mayor with a phone call to the Department of Community Affairs if I were to reach out to his staff any further. Is there anything else, sir?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Any more discussion?
Any further discussion?
We're not talking about any job change in responsibility as a result of this?
No,
Correct?
as far as I'm concerned, she's still the superintendent of recreation. I've spoken with the youth center. She assumes the same responsibilities. The programs are not affected. The only thing affected is the drop in salary.
Okay. And she's given, do we know if she's scheduled to take the test for the requirements that?
Again, Council and Vice President, I unfortunately have received nothing from the mayor's office.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
We just need to specify an effective date for the reduction in salary, so I recommend, I don't know when the pay period runs. You guys?
Would you speak into the microphone?
Yes.
Sorry, so my comment was we would just need an effective date of the motion as to when that salary reduction were to take place. If we're mid-payroll, I would recommend it not take effect until the next payroll.
I would agree. Vicki, so that's the motion that we will make would be a resolution establishing the annual salary for Kelly Poshidi to be reduced to $50,000 effective the next pay period.
back and go.
Okay, so she's still at the same rate then for the next 2 weeks, and then, okay. Moving forward, we can vote. Roll call vote, Vicki?
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes?
Councilman Lutz?
I'm going to have to abstain because my father-in-law works at the UC.
Okay. Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Booker?
Yes. The motion carries. The next one is a bit trivial. I had to write out the last two because of the paper trail. The next one is Sam Capello, who is the benefits clerk, human resources manager, and safety and environmental officer. Sam's hire date is listed on the ASME salary sheet as 11/13/2016, with the salary change dated January 1st, 2017 to $40,255.50 per year. Sam's currently listed as a provisional employee until February 27th, 2018. The entire employment trail of Mr. Capello is bizarre, as he was officially hired and approved by Town Council in February of 2017 via Resolution R 2017-44, which designated him as the Safety and Environmental Officer for the Town of Phillipsburg's municipal building located on Corliss Avenue. At March 21st, 2017, at that council meeting, Mr. Capello was assigned to the supervisor for pensions and benefits via Resolution R 2017-72. The entire issue, which becomes puzzling, is a resolution was proposed in May of 2017 that set a range of the human resources manager at a minimum of $35,000 to a maximum of $42,000. A similar one was denied in October of 2017, which would have provided Sam with a $40,000 salary. As you can see from the emails that were sent out for the confidential aide salary review, he is currently utilizing and operating under the human resources title at the municipal building. Not in all emails, but just in those sent to the other municipalities. With that being said, the employee benefits clerk is not listed on the salary range ordinance, and if in fact Sam was tasked with the job of human resources manager, how could he be making $255 over the maximum range proposed to council for said position? Still, he cannot possibly be acting in the capacity of the human resources manager because Resolution 2017-190 was voted down by a 3-2 vote at the October 3rd, 2017 council meeting. With all of that being stated, if Mr. Capello is acting as the human resources manager, he is in fact working outside the scope of his duties set forth by the New Jersey State Civil Service Commission for the employee benefits clerk. Probably the most important fact here is that by Town Code Chapter 100-16, Administration and Records, Sections A through E, clearly state in multiple locations that the personnel issues and records are assigned to the municipal clerk. With that being said, how can Steve Ellis make the move by Resolution 2017-72 designating Sam as the pensions and benefit clerk under the auspice that he was appointed the certifying supervisor previously, when in fact Resolution 2016-14 provided that particular position at no additional salary to Vicki Kleiner? I know 2016-14 states their terms expired on December 31st, 2016, but in my opinion, that would have made them holdovers. Still, I believe we should move forward and strip Sam of the pensions and benefits title, give them back to Vicki, as well as the same with the hazardous material duties. It looks like Steve just wanted to provide Sam with a job and did so by providing him with the duties that do not comply with our statutes, nor are they worth the extra $40,000 in taxpayer funds. This motion is voted on and passed. The personnel file should be relocated to the municipal clerk's office first thing tomorrow morning to comply with said statute.
Are you requesting action?
Yes, I am requesting action be taken.
That action is?
That action is to strip Sam of the pensions and benefits title, as along with the, sorry, I had it all right here, personnel files and the hazardous materials as well, and give them back to Vicki Kleiner. The air quality, which would be resolutions 2018-39 and 2018-40.
All right, so just so the council's aware of what the council president is requesting, you're requesting that Resolution 2018 which would be 2018-39. Sorry again. Sorry. We'll be appointing Victoria Kleiner as the Pensions and Benefits Certifying Supervisor within the town of Phillipsburg. And secondarily, designating Victoria Kleiner as the Safety and Environmental Officer for the town of Phillipsburg. There's two more. And thirdly, that's 39. It's the same thing. Certifying Supervisor, yep. And designating Victoria Kleiner, the municipal clerk, to act as appointing authority and liaison for the town of Phillipsburg for civil service purposes. So pensions and benefits as a certifying.
Would you like me to make a motion on each separate one?
Sure, that'd probably be cleaner. So the first motion would be 2018-39. Are those still valid, Vicki, those resolution numbers? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So I make a motion for a resolution appointing the Pensions and Benefits Certifying Supervisor within the town of Phillipsburg
To be Victoria Kleiner.
to be Victoria Kleiner.
Motion.
She made it. She seconded.
I second.
Yep. Is there discussion?
Just, do we need to rescind 2017-72?
I believe that is being done with this one right here.
That
Yes.
automatically rescinds it?
That's correct.
Yeah, I have something to say.
Yes, sir.
A lot of you probably don't know what happened, and I'll explain it to you.
Can't hear.
Sam was brought in to be a clerk to fix the files that were down in the basement. He was getting $10 an hour. They had a fallout with the business administrator, and Steve, the mayor, got him in there to be the human resources. Why he didn't make him the human resource person, or why he didn't make him BA, no one will ever know. I don't know. This would have all been taken care of if he just would have mentioned human resource or BA, and that would have been it. You're not going to get a BA for $40,000. So I feel he's doing a wonderful job. He brought some stuff over, and he cleaned a lot of the stuff up. And I'm going to vote no. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
And just a point of order, I think that we did ourselves a disservice and probably to Vicki as well, not giving her rights notice that we were going to be assigning new duties to her as a function of these proceedings.
Well, the duties are just duties that were assigned to her, right, that were taken away from her. They're not going to be being given back to her if the council adopts the resolution. But I understand your point, Councilman Davis.
Councilman Davis, thank you. It is a good point. Vicki, do you mind not being rights noticed?
I'm okay right now.
Okay. So there was a motion, there was a second. Roll call vote, Vicki?
Councilman McVeigh?
Which one are we on?
You're on, it would be providing Vicki Kleiner with the duties of pensions and benefits certifying supervisor.
Okay.
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
No.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Fulker?
Yes.
All right, the next one would be 2018-42, a resolution to appoint Victoria Kleiner, municipal clerk, to act as appointing authority and liaison. I'm sorry, I did this out of order. 2018-40, resolution of the town of Phillipsburg, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, designating Victoria Kleiner as a safety and environmental officer for the town of Phillipsburg Municipal Building.
No. Can you want that rescinded? Oh.
No. Is there discussion for this motion?
Motion first, it is.
Oh, I'll make that motion.
Second.
He
Now,
has to be certified in that?
you do not, as far as I can tell, Councilman, when I spoke with you earlier, there did not seem to be a certification. As a matter of fact, Clerk Kleiner was handling the MSDS opportunities prior to them being stripped from her and given to Mr. Capello.
Was the BA at the time?
I apologize.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Councilman Davis?
I have no comments.
Roll call vote, Vicki?
Councilman McFay,
Yes.
Councilman Lutz,
No.
Councilman Davis,
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo,
Yes.
Council President Fulper.
Yes.
And then the final resolution would be Resolution 2018-42, a resolution to appoint Victoria Kleiner, municipal clerk, to act as appointing authority and liaison for the town of Phillipsburg for civil service.
Motion?
So moved.
Discussion?
Wait, hold on. Who made the motion? Are you seconding his motion, or were you asking for a motion?
I made the
All right,
motion.
so Council President moved,
Second.
Councilman Fay seconded it. Sorry. I just want to do things, All right, there's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Just a little point of information on this. The business administrator that currently, there isn't one, is, from my understanding, one of the principal functions of this form of government. And reading the town council personnel manual at length, it is the person who is the go-to person for everything in town hall, and that person doesn't exist right now.
Correct. Councilwoman, just so you're aware, I did contact the DCA, and they stated that even though that is under our form of government, that we are not, we don't have to have a BA. They don't enforce that. It's up to the mayor.
Okay. All right.
Question.
Yes,
Mr. President. For the days, how long have we gone without a BA?
Officially, since Michelle Brubolo passed away.
No, we have one.
No,
No, I believe we had.
Well, we had Melissa Elias for a period of
Yeah.
months, and then, but prior to
For
that.
6 months.
Right, so you went from 2012, May of 2012 is when Michelle passed away, thereabouts.
May 15th.
Right.
And Michelle did both functions?
She was a clerk administrator.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There being no further discussion, roll call vote.
Councilman McFay,
Yes.
Councilman Lutz,
No.
Councilman Davis,
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo,
Yes.
Council President Fulper.
Yes. Moving forward, we will be discussing the confidential secretary/aide to the mayor, Ms. Corcoran. This is also a lengthy one. Ms. Corcoran's trail of employment, all the way through the receipt of her raise, is an extremely troubling one. To begin, council was provided with emails from a source which outlines a different hiring practice, a very different hiring practice than the one the public was privy to. The emails that we were given emails from an account dubbed the Ellis Transition Team, and on the recipient list of those emails were Attorney Christopher Troxel, Attorney Thomas Ferguson, Campaign Treasurer Jennifer McBride, both newly elected council members, Councilman Davis and Councilman Lutz, Phillipsburg Police Detective Michael Swick, newly elected Mayor Stephen Ellis, Thomas Kent Corcoran, Mrs. Corcoran, and the Warren County Democratic Chair Thomas Palmieri. The electronic communications consisted of a transition team meeting minutes written by Mrs. Corcoran and emailed to those on the recipient list after the team meetings. It should be noted that according to our witness, who was in attendance, Councilman Lutz attended a meeting once and clearly stated that he did not feel comfortable during the sessions because of the topics discussed, and he had never attended another meeting. The content within those minutes are as follows. On November 19th, 2015, the meeting minutes reveal that Steve Ellis states his concern for an administrative assistant to the mayor position, and the layout for the adoption of such a position via council was then discussed. On November 24th, 2015, the meeting minutes reveal that Steve Ellis requested 3 to 5 resumes for the administrative assistant to the mayor position. On November 28th, 2015, the meeting minutes reveal that only 1 resume was received for the administrative assistant position, and that resume belonged to Sherry Corcoran. It also states that Ms. Corcoran's interview was scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on December 3rd, 2015 at the office of Chris Troxel. On December 3rd, 2015, Steve Ellis had interviewed Sherry Corcoran for the position. On December 12th, 2015, our witness states that Steve Ellis announced Sherry as the administrative assistant to the mayor position. This witness is willing to provide a sworn affidavit to such. So far, we have a newly elected official who has not been sworn in, posting a job that has not been created, accepting applications for such a job, granting interviews, and announcing the recipient of the same on the non-existent position. Moving forward, on February 15, 2016, several applications to the town for the position of confidential secretary are received. Interviews are held with those individuals, and on February 16, 2016, the position of confidential secretary is created by Ordinance 2016-01. On March 1st, 2016, after the ordinance has been officially adopted, Ms. Corcoran is officially named to the position at a salary of $45,000. On November 1st, 2016, the position's title was changed to confidential aide to the mayor by Ordinance 2016-25 at the same salary. Fast forward to May 16th, 2017, the council releases a salary range ordinance 2017-04, listing the job once again as confidential secretary to the mayor. On May 23rd, 2017, during a council meeting, the ranges were introduced and voted down 3-2. The submitted budget for that year had already stated there was to be exactly $53,000 allotted for Ms. Corcoran's salary. On May 31st, 2017, Mr. Capello began emailing several municipalities with regard to the justification for the confidential aid to the mayor for her 18% raise. Those municipalities were Hamilton Township, Madison Borough, Bedminster, Bloomfield, and Metuchen. In June of 2017, Mr. Capello releases his salary survey. However, multiple discrepancies were found with his research with regard to the comparisons based upon populations, median income, average property values, and taxes paid, all of which showed Phillipsburg to be the lowest on all subjects, except for population in some incidences. In August of 2017, Mr. Capello seeks to further his research by contacting Jefferson Township, Hopatcon, and South River, all of which yielded the same results. Probably the most important question Mr. Capello did not ask was, how long has your confidential aid been employed? The topic of longevity in municipal government is one which I think should be asked when performing a salary comparison. Still, on October 3rd, 2017, Council voted to approve the 18% pay raise by a 3-2 vote, despite the loud public outcry against such an increase. As you have heard, not only was the hiring process questionable, but why perform a salary comparison when the amount had already been decided in the budget? Because Ms. Corcoran was not a political appointment, but rather a new hire for an unclassified, newly created position, I am motioning to remove the 18% pay raise, thereby paying her an annual salary of $45,000. And I will make that motion.
Second.
Vicki, I'd like to note that I'd also like this to take place at the next pay period. Is there any discussion on the matter? Roll call vote, Vicki.
Councilman McVeigh?
Yes.
Councilman Lutz?
No.
Councilman Davis?
No.
Council Vice President DeGirolamo?
Yes.
Council President Fulper?
Yes. Motion to adjourn.
So
That's it. Thank you.
Let's take your money.